I'm Bonnie McIntosh, and I'm here with my friends at Guitar Center, and today we're going to dig into the Novation FLkey 61. I'm a touring keyboard player. I am currently the keyboard player for Post Malone. I'm actually on tour with him right now. And some of the other artists I've worked for include Halsey, Selena Gomez, Kehlani, Melanie Martinez, Miley Cyrus, Billy Porter, JoJo, and many others. I actually used to work at Guitar Center Studios, and while I was there, I was teaching piano lessons, I was helping with various rehearsal spaces, and while I was working there, I actually received an email that kind of got me into the pop world working with Selena Gomez, and that's kind of how I got my start here. In live touring performance, we use the MIDI controller to trigger instruments that we've built within our preferred DAWs. So we're actually using the MIDI controller as an instrument itself. And in a studio setting, we can use the MIDI controller to be able to navigate between the DAW without having to ever touch your mouse, really. The FLkey 61 is specifically integrated with FL Studio to make it that much easier. In fact, it was made in collaboration with ImageLine, the makers of FL Studio. So as we dig into the pad mode on the FLkey 61, we have our channel rack here, which each pad is assigned to a different sound. So we have kick, clap, hat, snare, a piano, and a synthesizer. That is all laid out for you. However, one of my favorite features in the FLkey 61 is going into chord mode and being able to build your chords. So we'll go ahead and go into that. Right now, everything is blank because I haven't built anything yet. And I'm gonna go through, and you can either build the chords by playing it in full, or you can play each individual note and it will play the chord back. So let's do like a C9. And there you go. And let's go ahead and do an A minor 7. I'll play that one in full. There it is. Let's do an E minor 7. And let's do G dominant. There you go. You can go in between each chord really easily, and it makes it very, very simple to build chord progressions, whether you're a keys player or not. One of the other features I love in the FLkey 61 is scale chord mode using the pads. So that kind of makes it so each pad triggers a chord. But right here, it can kind of tell you exactly what it's going to trigger. So the top is going to be all 7s. The bottom row is 9s. And then you can navigate it between, a different page where the top is 9s and the bottom is 6/9. So it makes it really easy to navigate between different chords and even more complicated chords, no matter your level of playing. And another feature that I really like using pad mode is the step sequencer, which makes it really easy to record drums, and you can do the whole thing without ever touching your mouse or even your computer. So right now I'm back in the channel rack. Each drum sound is assigned to a different pad. So I have kick, clap, hat, snare, and I just trigger record, press play. Press stop, use quantize, just in case, make sure I'm on the grid. So let's go ahead and lay down another track, and we're gonna do so using the preset browser just right here on the pads. Everything is laid out for you. Don't have to touch your mouse. So, all right, I'm kind of looking for more of a fattier synth sound, because I'm gonna do some pads over here. Nope. Nope. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and record it. Go and quantize that to be safe. So now we're going to go ahead and lay down some piano over the track that we already created. However, I can kind of decide if I want drums in it at all, if I want to turn them down by just using the faders in fader mode, or I could just mute them all together using the buttons that are there as well. So let's go ahead and see what it sounds like without them. Okay, never mind, I decide I want the drums back. I can put the faders all the way back up or deactivate the mute. Our track is back to normal. So now let's go ahead and record some piano. So as I'm listening back to the track that we created, I noticed that I want to adjust some of the parameters within the synth pad that we laid down. So I can do that by just using the knobs right here on the FLkey 61. If I'm playing back, as you can see, I was adjusting the cutoff filter, giving it a little bit more high end. I can also change the attack, the decay, sustain, release. All of that can be done by using just the knobs here on the controller. So obviously these are just some of the features with the FLkey 61. There is so much more to this controller if you really dig into it. The action is really fast on the keys. The sliders are easy to maneuver. The pads aren't sticky, so it's really easy to go back and forth, whether it's the chords, whether it's within the channel rack. It makes it really, really easy to just have your workflow be pretty seamless. And again, it is fully integrated with FL Studio, but you can use it with any DAW of your preference. So if you want to learn more about the Novation FLkey 61, head to your local GC, contact one of their expert gear advisors, or head to guitarcenter.com.